All right, Lucas is in. Gotta call mom. Gotta call mom. Don't forget, gotta call mom. A rough night for you. AC, good to see you.
Hello.
Hi, Mama.
Hi there.
All
Boy,
right.
I'll tell you what, spiritual warfare is ratcheting up.
Tell me about it.
That's how I see it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's absolutely spiritual warfare, but we're also sinners, right? We do things. Some things
Well,
are.
yeah.
Some things are our. Sometimes we do things that bring about trouble, and then Satan does things that bring about trouble, and then God disciplines us, right? I mean, there's three factors involved, and
Oh, I understand all that. It's just, it's the timing. All these little difficulties show up to me at very important moments, and that's when you want to talk about the Lord and read the Bible and do some other things like that.
yeah, yeah, it literally was when I got on the computer, and thank God I got up a little earlier than usual, and sometimes I open up the computer and it's like 2 minutes, 1 minute countdown. I got to open everything up and set everything up. This time I was like a half an hour early jumping in, and I'm like, my computer's not like it opens up. I opened up that computer and it has a background that's there, but there's a login that usually pops up. The login, it's just sitting there. So I restarted a couple times and nothing. And I've never done Bible every morning or any of this on any other computer. So it's like, I'm glad I have Discord where I can at least tell everybody I'm having trouble. So at least the core of our friends here have access to some information rather than what happened. It's not there. So that the timing of that was like, yeah, of course, because I'm in. Well, I'm gonna just at the end of this episode, I'll go into some detail and disclose some stuff that just prayer requests for all of my good friends here, because this is my inner circle. This is my my confidants, and even though it's out there on the interwebs, it's small enough and hard enough to find that I'm not going to be disclosing anything that can be used against me necessarily. I mean, anything can be used against. They don't need anything to use against me. They can make up lies or whatever if they want to hurt me. Anyway, sorry. All right, Mom, you got a story for us. Enough about me. The whole point of this is to hear from you. What do you have in store for us?
Well, I decided to share an experience and the memory of that from my college days in 1963. So we're going to go back again. And when I went to college, I went to a Christian college near Rochester, New York, called Roberts Wesleyan College. So the thing that worked for us in those days, we could do when you went to college, they offered you a work study program, which what they did was if you took a job, on campus, then the money that you earned from doing that job went toward your tuition. You could pay off your tuition. Okay?
Yep.
Got it?
Yep.
So anyway, when I went to college, it just so happened that a very close friend of mine that I went to high school with, she attended the same college. So we were there at the same time.
Nice.
All right, we both got there. Her name happened to be Cheryl, which is my sister's name. But anyway, Cheryl was a Christian from a beautiful family. We were all very close all the way through school. So we get to college and we both sign up for the work study program. and our job ended up being in the cafeteria, in the kitchen at the college. This college was a fairly small college compared to what's out there today. I think there probably are about 1,000 students. So anyway, you know, the students had to eat, so they needed somebody to cook the food. And that was our job. We did the cooking on Saturdays and Sundays in that kitchen.
Quick question to interject.
Yeah, go ahead.
So you're going to, what is it again? What's the name of the school again?
Roberts Wesleyan College.
Roberts Wesleyan. And
yeah, a Methodist. It was a Methodist college.
Right. And you're in a work-study program.
Right.
And was there a list of jobs that you could sign up for, or they just assign you a job?
Well, there were a list of jobs, but they assigned you to the one that, you know, would be appropriate for you. And the reason we were assigned to the kitchen was simply because the woman who was the director of the kitchen,
mm-hmm.
that whole operation, she would design the menu for the week. So we had a menu to follow. And when she posted the menus, when we would come into work, she also she explained in the menus, you know, how to prepare stuff and things like that. If we had any questions, we could have called her. Her name was Ida, and it's important to know a little bit about Ida. She was in her 60s. She was about 5'2". Now, Ida was retired from the Marines. She spent 20 years in the Marines, in the Marine Corps.
And this is back in the 60s. Wow.
This is back in the 60s.
Wow.
60s.
So we know a lot about Ida already.
She was a veteran. Now, there's that old saying, you can take Ida out of the Marines, but you can't take the Marine out of Ida.
Oh, my gosh.
Got the picture?
Uh-huh. Yes, sir. I mean, yes, ma'am.
She was 5'2". She had coal black hair, and she wore it by pulling it all very tightly on the back of her head in a big black bun. That was Ida. And she wore glasses that were solid black rims. That was General Ida.
General. Right. Commander.
It's very important to have that picture. All right, so we come to work on Sunday morning. Ida put up the menu, and for breakfast, it's going to be blueberry pancakes. All right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, the whole deal is it's blueberry pancakes from scratch. We're going to feed hundreds of students blueberry pancakes made from scratch.
Mm.
All right, here we go. The issue is, in order to do this, in Ida's kitchen was a very, very huge blender. It was commercial sized. To us, it looked like the size of a Volkswagen. It was so huge.
Mm-hmm.
The bowl in it had a huge bowl. We're not talking about a blender that you all have on your kitchen counters at home. No, this is a
industrial
mixer.
Yeah, industrial mixer. Yes.
Industrial. There you go.
Yeah.
So we're looking at this thing and we're going, well, okay, we've never used this before, and Ida didn't give us any instructions, but we're college students. We can figure this out. So Cheryl and I get busy following the instructions, pouring gallons of milk and pancake powder and fresh blueberries into this huge blender. Now, the beaters on this blender are not like your egg beater you use. These beaters are commercial, and they're flat. They're not round wires. They're flat, like poles.
Mm-hmm.
Poles are flat.
Yep.
For beaters. Okay. All right, here we go. So we get everything put in there, and the idea is, okay, now, we got to turn this thing on. So Cheryl goes over.
You've got a recipe you're following. You dump everything in the mixer.
We're ready to go.
I mean, because you're feeding hundreds of people.
Right.
You're basically bags of flour and sugar and like dumped into this mixer.
Right.
Okay. All right.
And now we got to mix this all up so we can cook pancakes.
And it's the two of you. It's just the two of you.
And it's just me and Cheryl. Just the two of us.
Because you said it's a Saturday or a Sunday morning?
This was a Sunday morning. A Sunday morning before church.
Sunday morning, two young ladies. Okay. I feel it coming. I feel it.
Oh, we're in college. We're smart. We're supposed to know how to do things and figure things out. Yes. No problem.
Strong, independent women.
And we have not read any instructions about this blender. It's a big bowl. You throw everything in and you turn the dial to on, right?
Because at home in your little mixer, you just flip the switch, right?
That's all. That's all you do. So, all right, we get everything ready. Cheryl goes over, and she's looking at the switch, and there's certain levels, and she's looking at it, and she told me later, she was thinking, well, that's so much stuff. That's horrific. So we'll have to put this on high, max speed, right? Right, Bonnie? Yeah, I would say so. Go ahead. Turn it on.
Logic.
Turn that thing on. Well, she flips that switch. And here we go. We didn't read any instructions. And what we failed to read were the most important things. This particular blender bowl had to be locked and secured in place. Got the picture?
Oh, yeah. And it's on high speed.
And she throws this thing onto high speed. All of a sudden, all of the laws of physics have now been ignored.
Oh, yeah.
The bowl starts to not just turn, it jumps up and down, banging on the sides, and the speed's on max speed. And all of a sudden, we have the ingredients of blueberry pancakes flying all over the ceiling, all over the floor, all over us, all over the counters. It's going everywhere, but staying in the bowl. And now she's running around and I'm running around and we're both freaking out. We don't know what to do. You would say, well, go on over there and turn that thing off. We couldn't get near it because all of the ingredients were smacking you in the face. You couldn't even see where you needed to go. Now there are students out there because this was an open kitchen. Everybody can see you cooking back there. But one of the male students comes running in there, and he sees the havoc, and he says, "Oh my God!" Well, and he runs over and he turns it off, and there we are.
Lucy and Ethel. It looks like Lucy and Ethel, Lucille Ball and Ethel, and
exactly. Exactly, Lucy and Ethel at work.
I think I've seen this episode, actually.
Well, I did put it on Mindful Masa, but I figured I'd share it again because this is a new forum and, bringing in some new viewers and listeners. Anyway, the moral of the story is, of course, all of a sudden we're thinking, oh my God, Ida. Oh, Ida. So word gets back. We didn't call her, but word did get back to Ida. So we have that in the back of our mind. In the meantime, we have got to clean up this mess, obviously.
And feed. How are you going to feed these people?
Well, what ended up happening was boxes of dry cereal and some milk and sugar that day.
There you go.
Help yourself.
The backup plan.
Yeah, that was the backup plan. You all help yourself. It won't be blueberry pancakes.
Sorry.
Not today. Well, this even gets worse. These blueberries were fresh blueberries. And the blueberries had gotten onto the surfaces, the ceiling, the wall, the floor, the counters on us. And blueberries have a horrific, powerful stain that occurs. So we start cleaning, and what happens? We're squashing blueberries against these surfaces, and the stains are showing up now. Oh, Lord,
A new
help me.
paint job for the whole place.
Just about. We transformed the kitchen.
What's this interesting pattern? What are all these?
Well, the moral of the story being, of course, we spent the rest of the entire day cleaning the best we could because we knew Ida, the Marine, would be coming in for white glove inspection after learning about this. Well, Sunday went by. Monday morning came, and Cheryl and I are getting ready for classes, and we received a message from Ida. Please come to my office.
Was it an alert on your smartphones?
You know, the message, I can't remember if it was a person came to tell us. No, we didn't have cell phones, we didn't have computers and all that back then, but we got the message. So now we're looking at each other going, well, okay, here we go. We're going to, number one, lose this job.
Oh.
We're going to get kicked out of school. This is not going to be good. So we march over to Ida's office and we walk in, and she's sitting behind her desk. Her office is impeccable. And there's veteran Marine Ida sitting there with her arms crossed on the desk. And all she says is, have a seat, girls. So we sit down, we're shaking in our boots, we're almost in tears. We're going to go to prison for sure, the whole thing. We sit there.
What are you? Was this your first year?
Yeah, this is our freshman year.
So you're like 18, 19 years old?
Right out of high school.
Oh my gosh.
So we're sitting there, waiting for the sentence. And she asks us to explain. We begin to explain the best we could, and confessing we failed to read instructions, blah, 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 the whole thing in front of the judge. So all of a sudden, Ida, she's staring at us, eyeball to eyeball, not smiling, looking very, very dangerous to us. When all of a sudden, as she's listening to this story, she puts her head down on the desk and she starts laughing, laughing so hard she cannot control herself. Then we start laughing, and the whole thing ends up being, as she said later, she didn't curse, but she said, that is the funniest
bleeping.
That is the funniest thing that has ever happened in this kitchen, and I've been here for 20 years, and she was just howling with laughter. That's how it ended. She didn't punish us. She just said, we have chemicals to get the stains off. Don't worry about it. Blah, blah, blah. That's my story.
And did you guys get overtime pay? Is my question.
Absolutely not.
Right? There's no way.
No. But we learned. There's another Ida. She just has to hide behind the Marine Corps. Well, she's trying to do her good job at the college.
Right. There's the human that went into the military that's covered by this hard casing.
Right.
Yes.
Oh gosh. And of course, people who were there to witness it. It made a good laugh for everybody on campus, I guess. But boy,
I'm telling you, Mom, these stories are episodes, like visual episodes. They're I love the way you tell them. We're all there, right? I'm there. I'm getting blueberry in my eye with batter, right? It's like I can see it. It's like, where's that button? Right? And and I could see the people in the dining room just kind of lining up watching.
Oh,
Did you have an audience?
I can still hear the laughter. And that's why I chose Pat's Domino's, Blueberry Hill. Well, we found out there was no thrill.
No
Blueberry
thrill.
Hill that day.
On Blueberry Hill. Well, as I listen, I try and apply it to my present circumstances. And as I listen to your story, the story, I try and apply it. Right? There's a lesson here. There's a moral here. There's a parallel for us to take away. What can we take away?
Take away something from it.
And I run into one problem when I'm trying to do a takeaway, because it's easy, right? It's easy to look back and go, instructions. Let's read the instructions first. Let's do that, right? That's the easy, like in your story, it's where you see how all of this could have been averted. In my circumstance, there's no instruction manual for what I'm going through or for the scenario I'm in. And on the contrary, if there is an instruction manual, it's like it's not it doesn't apply. Right? I mean, okay, I take that back. There is an instruction manual, and I am reading it every morning, Bible every morning, right? We are reading the instruction manual. So maybe there's something in the instruction manual that I'm missing, but I don't think so. And so you had this glorious outcome, right? And I think the real takeaway is Ida's response is, we look at our circumstances. We look at how we have messed up everything, right? Like in our hubris, we know how to do this. We're smart young high school graduates, college students. We got this, right? It's our hubris. It gets in our way. And then when we are victims of our own hubris, we go with like you said, practically in tears into the judge, before the judge, the great judge, and are presupposing that the condemnation and the wrath is about to fall.
Oh, we were going to Leavenworth.
Right? However, that's I think that's even more hubris, to go in and presume how a person is going to respond. And we feel that it's like, oh, we deserve punishment. We're flawed. We did something wrong, and it's affected others, and we deserve a consequence.
Yes.
And our Father looks down and goes, "You're covered, right? You're covered. You're good. You're good. The blood has covered, the cleaning solution, right? It's going to get the stains out." Right? The blood of Jesus is the cleaning solution that gets the blueberry stains off the entire world that we've tainted with our sin. There you go. Right? That's all coming spontaneously, by the way. So, I did promise everybody I was going to just disclose what's going on. And I'm going to be more transparent than I've ever been. I just had my wife take out basically money from her private personal savings account to put it into our checking account so that September's rent will clear when it goes out in the next day or two. That's where we are. My credit card is overdrawn. My vehicle's registrations have both expired. My daughter's orthodontist monthly bill did not clear. And I'm coming to see you in September. So I had a good talk with my wife yesterday that we may be having to find some money to get a moving truck to get all of our stuff out of here in the storage and move in with her mom, which means leaving everything. My daughter is just started college this week, and that commute would be unsustainable for her. So it's as dire as it's ever been. And that's not counting 2 years of back taxes that I owe. So that's my giant mixer mess that I'm in. And you know,
is there any way that you can take that ticket back and get it refunded?
Mom, it's only $200, and you're having surgery, so that's like that's a worthy expenditure. So I had 2 friends that I asked for money that both said no, and I have a 3rd friend that I'm going to today, and also, let me talk. One of the potential revenue sources is This Way TV YouTube channel, and that generates money. But the problem there is, I have to change. It's not. I'm restarted the YouTube channel, and it brings in money. And Doug, brought a bunch of people to my channel. But last Friday, he did a shout out to my channel. I got an influx of like over 5,000 subscribers, but YouTube is not notifying, for some reason, not notifying people of my videos. So people are like, I never got a notice. And a lot of people depend on those notices to watch videos. They don't necessarily go to your channel and find your videos. They depend on those notices. So that influx did not translate to a bunch of viewers, right? So I still have to continue to put content on there, and it should be an incremental growth, but I have to change the style of content. It's my old format was just talking to the camera about what's going on, and that was enough. But now people are used to getting more information. I don't have the capacity right now to create videos where I'm cutting away to, news and showing on screen, the articles that I'm reading from, and showing videos and commenting on them for a higher production value, right? I've always done my YouTube channel straight out of my phone and upload straight. So I have to get a computer up and running, and then get all my, start creating videos that way. But I don't, right? So there's all of these technical issues that some of them require money, blah, 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 blah.
Let me just say this. I don't mean to interrupt you. Our God is the God of miracles. Everything you've just described are the ingredients for a miracle that's coming your way. That's what I see.
And that's so.
And all of the ancients in Scripture had miracles. We have them today.
And I know that. And I expect, quote unquote, expect that, right? It's like, oh, we're supposed to expect miracles. So it's that weird juxtaposition for me. It's like, I know God has always provided, but at what point, right? Joseph had to go to prison.
Well, timing, in God's timing.
Right. Joseph, like, obviously didn't have a family and all that. So he didn't have as much. When he went to prison, it wasn't that much loss. For me, is that miracle after I've lost everything? I don't know.
Well, I'm glad you shared all of this, because it's important to know how to pray also.
And that's why I'm sharing it. So
details are important. God sees it all, and God's got it in his hands. And you're certainly in my prayers, and the prayers of a lot of other people.
Thank you.
We love you.
And that's why I'm getting up this morning, because yesterday was the worst day. I literally had to tell my wife, how bad it is. and she doesn't want to leave here. We've been here 20 years. She's entrenched. My kids only know this neighborhood. We will never find a place this cheap, even though it's expensive, this cheap in this neighborhood. And so, so yesterday being on my knees praying, like for a miracle, and then to wake up and have the computer that I've always done Bible every morning on just not work, like you said, it's timing. It's spiritual warfare when those things happen in this timing. It's like, why is that computer going to quit this day when this is my group of people that pray for me? So
I'm thinking about Abraham and Isaac.
Yeah.
When Abraham was willing to sacrifice his own son, this is, it's not the same thing, but it's God testing Abraham's faith that way.
Yep.
We get tested. This is probably the heaviest test you've ever had in your life. It means something. Obedience is better than sacrifice. Thinking of Abraham.
Yep. In the midst, so as I do a self-assessment, my faith isn't shaken, right? It's like God, I'm never in a position where, well, maybe there is no God. That's never
I know.
Right? So it's like I know God is in control, and I know my heart as it is inclined toward Him, only wanting to glorify Him, and that's Joseph, right? It's Joseph was like, what the heck? Why is this all happening to me? I don't know, but I'm here for a reason.
It's also a Job experience,
right? Yeah.
Think about Job. You read about Job, and you have the same feelings. You go, can't believe this. What?
And that's why.
Around here.
And that's
you're right now. You're Job.
Right, and that's why I say, oh, maybe it is my wife divorcing me and my children forsaking me, and right. Maybe that is where it goes. I don't think so. I wouldn't want that. No. My wife loves Jesus and she loves me, and when I disclose to her how bad it is, it's not she prays and hugs me rather than
right.
You're the reason all this, even though that's the fact, right? It's like I am the reason we're in this dire circumstance. So Job to an extent, right? It's like, I mean, yes, if all of this happens, I will never forsake the Lord. If I lose everything, and here's when you say the Isaac thing, like the thing that I'm most concerned about is the Sogolman Tellurian intellectual property, right? I have taken everything that I have to secure that and make sure it's protected and safe, but it's not, right? It's in a storage unit right now that I can't pay for. That the artifacts are in a storage unit that the bill just yesterday did not clear, and I won't get access to it. Right? If I don't pay the bill, they don't let me in. They put a lock on the storage unit, and so that, plus all of the people that are opposed to me that could watch this and realize, oh, all we got to do is sue that guy and it all goes away, right? It is not secure. Funding is secure. And so 2 of the meetings I'm having today are to my Armenian collaborators. One of them, I'm going to beg for money. I'm going to beg for a job. Can you hire me to do what the hell ever? You believe in this project, And the other one is the person that's been helping, me think through everything. She already knows how dire things are, and I'm just going to say, I I I have to move away. This project has to go on hiatus if this all isn't. Anyway, I'm just kind of disclosing to you what the moment is right now, giving you guys exclusive, what to pray for, what to pray for. God is in control, and that
Yes, he
means
is.
He's doing something, and I have to seek His face and
That's
continue
right.
to act on whatever. Literally, when I was praying yesterday at the most critical moment, like emotionally, like distressed and distraught, the meeting I have later today, she texted me, and we hadn't talked in a couple of weeks. And right as I was in that moment, like, okay, God, you put me on her heart right now to text me. Maybe that's, and it was just, she was saying, texting like human to human, let's update, let's meet, blah, blah, blah. So, all right, enough. We're over time. Thank you all. Love you all.
I love you. I love you, Mike.
And I'll be back tomorrow. So,
all right.
Love you, Mom. Thank you.
Love you too.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Carrie.